It's been a long day at CinemaCon.
I'm really busy at the moment with Doctor Doom, but I'll say it, Alan.
Hey,
Hey, you made it,
I
man.
love that we're doing this later and later and later.
Yeah, this is so great. And yeah, we're just it is a pace that you have to get used to. You have to find your windows of time to chat. But we saw so many good things today. I was surprised.
Yeah, this is probably the best day.
Yeah, like overall in terms of what we got to see. And so a movie I didn't know anything about, didn't know existed. We saw the cast come out in a teaser for this movie. I cannot wait to tell you about it. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
And no, I don't, but the one I'm excited about is Disclosure Day.
Yeah, we got to see Spielberg. That was cool. Well,
let's do this.
Well, let's see who's here and what they're doing, what they're up to.
Okay.
And we don't have help today, so we will respond to super chats or any major questions that you guys have at the end. We're just going to go in raw. So, Alan, let's start with the morning session and what we saw.
Yeah.
At Universal. Universal, might as well get it out of the way. The first thing we saw was Chris Nolan came out.
No. The first thing we saw was a movie coming out next year by the director of our favorite movie of last year, Song Sung Blue. And he will be doing the Snoop Dogg biopic.
I don't think it matters what order we discuss them. We should just go through and discuss.
But this is the most exciting news. Snoop Dogg has a
we
biopic.
Didn't see anything, and that was an announcement. The first thing we saw was Chris Nolan came out and gave a presentation talking about cinema, talking about 70 millimeter and IMAX, his commitment to theaters, which I think no one doubts. We got to see the opening sequence of The Odyssey, which has been in theaters. Yeah. It played before what film?
Yeah, so it played in front of Project Hail Mary when I saw the 70 millimeter cut. And so we got to see that in 70 millimeter as well, in IMAX. And so it's basically the Trojan horse sequence.
Yeah, spoilers for a 3,000-year-old story is you see them hiding in the actual Trojan horse, it being brought behind the walls of Troy, and then things happen.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you knew, but the good guys are hidden inside the horse. And then the bad guys bring the horse in. And then at night, the guys in the horse come out and then take over the fortress there.
Yeah, so that was great. We got to see a whole montage of other scenes from it. But at the top of the Universal presentation, Snoop Dogg came out, and there's a Snoop Dogg biopic that's coming out in 2027 from Craig Brewer, who is the director of Song Sung Blue, one of our favorite movies from last year. He is writing and directing, and they did bring out the actor who's playing Snoop Dogg, who is in real life much shorter.
At least a full foot shorter than Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I mean, Snoop Dogg's really tall, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, but this was surprising. And Snoop Dogg came out. He was amazing.
Yeah.
He sort of riffed
put on a mini show.
Yeah, it was like riffed on some hits and then even like sort of played with the audience. I feel like he is much smarter than, yes, Gin and Juice was mentioned.
He sang it. There's a medley of hits. There was a medley of hits. Gin and Juice was one of them.
Yeah, and Craig Brewer, if you know his work, he did Hustle and Flow, Song Sung Blue. He made a movie called The Poor and Hungry, which is how I got to know him. A little it was actually a very small black and white indie movie. He's a filmmaker from Nashville. He has a love of music. You see it in all of his work, and that's a great combo. What else did we see at Universal?
Yeah, I think going back to Nolan and the Odyssey, one thing to note is this is the first movie shot completely in IMAX. So it will stay in the IMAX aspect ratio all the way through and not be changing. So quite a monumental feat.
Yeah, he did talk about that, like in The Dark Knight, that there were the action sequences were shot in IMAX, and parts of his movies have been in IMAX. This is the first movie where the whole movie was shot IMAX, even the intimate dramatic scenes, not just action scenes.
Yes. Okay. Yet again, Jack Black appears in another one of these presentations for Super Mario Brothers, which is going to hit $1 billion soon. And then they went into, I don't know if you want to talk much about it, but Minions and Monsters, the next Minions movie.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Minions movies, but what they showed was the movie involves the Minions being a part of early cinema, and they
like the 1920s, basically.
Yeah, somehow get involved in the movie business and become movie stars. Very unusual. Very unusual. And there were references, I'm not sure if you noticed, there were references to Harold Lloyd and Buster Keaton in the action scene.
Yeah, and Charlie Chaplin as well.
Yes, yeah. So kind of cool. The whole thing is like a tribute to old Hollywood.
Okay. All right, so I'll go quickly through.
Yeah, just go through each movie and let's give our thoughts.
So let me know if you want to talk about any of these. One Night Only, starring Monica Barbaro from the Bob Dylan movie, and Callum Turner. Other Mommy is a Jessica Chastain movie, kind of a demon mommy doppelganger story.
Yeah, well, that film One Night Only. Let's sort of pause and go through them. So One Night Only, I have no idea what it's about. Is it a romantic comedy or
it's a romantic? It's a romance. In fact, the title plates leading up to it is an admission that Hollywood doesn't do romances anymore.
Yeah, they talked about it, that Hollywood just doesn't make romantic comedies. It was part of the conversation.
Yeah, and it looked pretty good. There's a weird plot device in it where I don't want to spoil it. Other Mommy is the Jessica Chastain. She's a demon mommy doppelganger.
Yeah, it was. Now that I don't know, is she a clone, a robot? What is it? Is it AI? What? It was something they weren't really clear.
Yeah, on intentionally, I will say. I'm going to go with demon. Okay, so then next, Violent Night 2. David Harbour returns as Santa. Santa is now on the naughty list and has to find his way to get off of the list. And Mrs. Claus arrives, played by Kristen Bell.
Yeah, and Mrs. Claus is kind of a action hero. She's like a girl boss. She's like a hot girl boss, but not in a bad way. She's just an action star, just like her husband.
Exactly. All right, then we move on to one of the big movies coming out, Focker-In-Law. Ben Stiller and Robert De Niro stepped on stage. And of course, Robert De Niro can't help himself. He has to inject politics and everything.
Did he really? Like,
well, kind of. He mentioned Bill Maher, like, I guess.
Yeah, but he didn't really say anything. He didn't say, like, but the banter between Ben Stiller and De Niro was great.
Yeah,
it was so good. I think actually the big thing is that Ariana Grande is now in this movie. We can watch the trailer.
Yeah,
I've got it.
Okay,
we watch it. Let's watch it.
Yeah,
give people a taste. So we did see this, and the big thing is Ariana Grande is the new. So De Niro is the grandfather. Ben Stiller is now the father. His son is marrying Ariana Grande's character. Let's take a look at the trailer. The guy, the actor who plays Jimmy Olsen.
Jimmy Olsen, Skylar
Yeah.
Gisondo.
Yeah, here we go. I will say that the banter between them was really, it was funny, and Ben Stiller even made fun of the fact that this sequel is like 15 years too late. Just
Yeah, they made
completely
3 movies, and then the 4th one is 15 years later.
15 years late, but it was part of their plan, since he would be in the De Niro role in this film, in a sense. So, I mean, there's sign.
I mean, I was a fan of at least the first 2, and I like the fact that it's the Ben Stiller character who still is the butt of all the jokes. Should let you all know Ariana Grande is white; she's Italian, so the diversity is not there as you think it is.
Yeah. Let's go through some of the other movies and what was talked about. You want to talk about Spielberg?
Yeah. Let me make sure. Okay, so Robert Eggers' Werewolf, just to mention, and then Sense and Sensibility starring Daisy Edgar Jones. I assume you're excited about Werewolf.
Yes, we did see, which I don't think is out yet, the Werewolf trailer.
Mm-hmm.
By Robert Eggers. It's shot 4:3. It may as well be black and white. It's very monochrome. It looks like really a sister film to Nosferatu.
Yeah,
very.
That's what I was gonna say.
And it opens Christmas Day.
Yeah, I think just like Nosferatu.
Just like Nosferatu. So we didn't really get a look at the wolf per se. That has not been revealed, which I think is wise. But we did get a lot of horrific imagery. So Werewolf. Looking forward to that one. What else?
Coleman Domingo comes out. Basically, Steven Spielberg was honored by the Motion Picture Association with the America 250 Award. Kind of the only one of a kind award. He'll be the only recipient of it. And just to note his filmmaking library and the fact that he's filmed movies in almost all 50 states, which is pretty incredible. And then good look. I'm kind of iffy on Disclosure Day. After that conversation between him and Coleman Domingo, I am very interested in Disclosure Day.
Same.
Yeah.
So Spielberg sat down and talked to Coleman Domingo, and he discussed a lot, not just the movie. Let's focus on the movie to start.
Yeah.
But the movie, it's in a way a spiritual sequel to Close Encounters. This is now.
Let me describe what he said.
Yeah, and some people are even saying like it may be revealed it is a sequel to Close Encounters, even though he's not really. Let me
tell you what Spielberg said. Okay, so basically he's always been kind of into these alien conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
When he made Close Encounters of the Third Kind, it was like taking information that was kind of in the zeitgeist back in the 70s and 80s. And that was Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Now that it's 50 years later, a lot of information has come out. A lot of true information. A lot of, obviously things are being revealed. Just watch Gary's Forbidden Frontier. And with that, he made this movie. So there's a lot more. There's a lot more facts that Spielberg will bring into this, but it's a more informed version of Close Encounters. That's probably the best way to describe it.
He said that Close Encounters was speculative fiction, not necessarily science fiction or science speculation. And he believes he is into it. He believes Disclosure Day in reality is coming, like in the world. He seems to believe that. This is his version of that story. He did also mention that he didn't like when movie trailers ruined the movie. He does not like that. He said everything you see in the trailer, you won't see any shot, nothing from the third act.
Yeah.
So what you're seeing is the first half of the movie, and then the new stuff they showed us, the movie looks much better. They are holding back with Disclosure Day.
Yeah. Okay. So he also said, if we keep making movies about known IP, we're going to run out of gas. We need to tell more original stories. Stories we can't imagine unless we see it in a movie theater. And then, yeah, you talked about the trailers. Oh, yeah. And then he goes, all you need to know, all you need to get from the beginning to the end, all you need to have when you from beginning to end is a seatbelt. So this is like a nonstop thriller, as he describes it.
Yeah. Yeah, and we saw a little more of the movie. I think some of us were disappointed with the Disclosure Day trailer, the first one they revealed. What we saw today looks much better. So and then him getting that, everything about these things seems so scripted, though. Even his remarks and the Coleman Domingo conversation. But he's so humble. Like with all that Spielberg has achieved, he's so humble. Even at the end, he's self-deprecating. He goes, and see the movie because I'm not in it. I don't want to. Coleman Domingo's in it, and he's good. You're gonna like Coleman. So he was great. He ended on he's a humble man, which is amazing to see.
Yeah. So this is the continuation of the two themes that have been going on at CinemaCon: swinging for the fences, so telling bold stories that takes risks, and the second is original material, original stories, and that's what the studios are locking into.
And there is a lot of people doing variations on that, but that's a running conversation. And the other thing is, they did talk about extending the theatrical exclusive window, like 45 days, maybe, Universal is committed to 45 days, maybe 60 days. They want to push the studios copy each other, right? Not just
clearly,
not in terms of just content, but also in terms of policy. And if all the studios just said 120-day exclusive theaters, even second run, just don't put it. Movies would have more value by taking more time in theaters. So there you go.
Yeah. Okay. That was
Universal.
On that? Yeah.
That's in a nutshell. Did we miss any other Universal stuff?
No, that was it. It was short. I mean, I was surprised that was it. After Spielberg and Coleman talked, it was like, okay, we're done. Go home.
All right. Let's move on to Amazon MGM. Low expectations, but they've got the biggest movie of this year. And right at the start, near the beginning, Ryan Gosling, Lord and Miller, directors Lord and Miller came out. They did a funny thing where Ryan Gosling brought a thank you note that was handwritten from him, and he's passed it out to a woman in the front row, said, could you read it and then pass it on so each person can read it? Then he brought roses. He said, well, I didn't bring enough for anybody, but can you just maybe smell it and pass it? Ryan Gosling could be a stand-up comedian if he wanted to be. He was so charming, but they just really were there to thank the theaters, and that it's, just thank them for how well the movie's doing. What else? Did I miss anything, Alan?
Let's see. Oh, Michael B. Jordan then came out to talk about Thomas Crown Affair. Talked about how, as a child, he watched at least part of Thomas Crown Affair, and it was kind of a dream of his to make a movie like that as a child, to become an actor. And he writes, directs, produces, and stars in the Thomas Crown Affair with the new girl, the new DCU girl that everyone's talking about. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a race swapped Thomas Crown Affair, but it's his spin, and he hopes to honor both Pierce Brosnan and Steve McQueen in his performance.
Yeah, we got to look at it. It's too early. That movie is 2027. It will be in theaters, so it's a big release for them. and I don't know, it
It's a
looks
full
good.
year away.
Yeah, it was really, he got a great reception, Michael B.
Mhm.
Jordan. Great reception from the audience. Obviously, because hot on his Oscar win. So that was cool. What else did we see, Alan? Going
We
maybe in
saw
order. We saw.
Masters of the Universe.
Well, we saw they did not screen the movie. There was a rumor that they were going to screen the movie. They did not. But we did get, I got something to show you. We did get, I have the power.
There's a rat in your room, by the way.
Is there a rat? Oh, it might be a dog. We got these swords, which you can see here, only in theaters.
Yeah.
So there you go. They gave this to everybody, and there was a moment where everybody just lifted their swords. Every single person in the theater got one of these. So
and we all said, by the power of Grayskull, we will defeat you.
Right. And they brought the cast out, which was cool. And they showed us a scene from the movie, an action scene, and then a more extended version of the trailer that showed footage that's not been seen in the other trailers. And I got to say, it looks fun. It's got, I just think it's fun. I am not a He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Like it kind of bypassed me. I kind of aged out.
We were in high school.
I was in high school, kind of didn't watch cartoons as much, more interested in other things in high school. But it just looks fun. So I am a normie, and I think normies will like it. Whether the hardcore will like it, I don't know. We'll find out.
I got Power Ranger vibes from it. That it was kind of that style of fighting.
Really?
Yeah, it's just very cartoonish. But I will say, I think I like the action better than Mortal Kombat, than what we saw with Mortal Kombat. I know. Okay. I mean, I think we talked about it yesterday, but I don't think we were not impressed with Mortal Kombat, with what they showed us.
We did see a scene from Mortal Kombat, and it did not. It kind of played it too goofy. Mm-hmm. Played it a little too goofy for my taste. So,
yeah. Okay. All right. Moving on to and then Beekeeper 2.
We did see a tease for Beekeeper 2. I mean, do we need a Beekeeper 2? I don't know.
It looks honestly, it looks better than the first Beekeeper, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
I think the action is like there's a part where Jason Statham is wounded, and he uses the coagulative power of bee stings to stop the blood flow.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
But he's fighting for the good guy, or for the bad guys this time.
Yeah. What else, Alan? What's next?
Okay, so the next Colleen Hoover movie, Verite, starring Anne Hathaway, Dakota Johnson, and the other guy, the male action star we like. I forget the name, but it's the Colleen Hoover one. And then was it? Oh, there was a mention of James Bond.
The audience went nuts, like thinking there's going to be an announcement of who the next James Bond is. Denis Villeneuve is directing it, but they're saying they're taking their time. There will be an announcement, and they really want to get it right.
Yeah.
So
they're not in a rush to
get
it. On that
note, James Bond will be black. That is just, it's inevitable. He's going to be black.
Or Asian.
We'll see.
Okay. Then out came Hugh Jackman and Nicholas Braun and He-Man to talk about The Sheep Detectives.
Which we may get an interview with the director of that movie. And it looked, you know what? It looks very cute. It looks, you know, it comes out on Mother's Day. It's definitely a movie for the family.
Yeah. And it's from the director of at least 3 of the Despicable Me and Minion movies. So it is for the family, very much so. Let's see, How to Rob a Bank with, hey, everybody, Pete Davidson was there.
Pete Davidson with a bunch of kids, not kids, bunch of people who have a YouTube channel that tells you how to rob a bank, and they rob banks. And there are people investigating this YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
This is a real, it looks like it's trying to be an over the top, like
Resistance
action thing. And I wasn't super impressed by it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it started off with a little stunt display that I guess they hired some of the Vegas stunt people and did some weird thing. Weird presentation.
Motorcycles and spectacle, and they had, you know, pyrotechnics and all this, people in costumes, and I think they were going too over the top. It looked, I mean, look, it could be kind of interesting. It's funny how like social media and YouTube has kind of leaked into storytelling, but it is what it is.
Okay.
I'm going to rush through these to get to there are 2 things.
I know. I'm trying to do it, but now you're pointing out that we want to rush things. See, if you talk about rushing through things,
let's
then
do
we
it.
Can't rush through things.
Okay.
All right. Your Mother, Your Mother, Your Mother, starring Mahershala Ali. It's a story of faith and fatherhood. It's a story of a father, of a Black father.
Yeah, I didn't. That trailer didn't get enough out of it to tell whether I would like it or not.
Yeah. So he's a father who's a hitman. He's a killer who believes he's protecting his community. Then The Chosen, Crucifixion. The last season of The Chosen will be a movie, and it'll be The Crucifixion. And so we got a little tease on that. Then for me, it was the biggest part of the night, Spaceballs. And,
my God.
Not only that, they brought out the cast, including Rick Moranis,
and
a man no one has seen in a very long time.
And I gotta say, people have been skeptical because Josh Gad wrote it. He's also in it. But I gotta say, even the banter between them was so funny. Like the director asked a question for Rick Moranis, and Josh Gad's like, I think I can speak to that one. And then he
I'll take this one.
It ended up being a recurring bit where Rick Moranis, there'd be a question for him and someone else would speak up. It was great. It was so good.
Yeah.
So the banter was funny.
Well, I should mention when Rick Moranis walked out, he got the biggest ovation of the night.
Yeah,
that is how beloved he is.
Yeah, and then Bill Pullman came out, and then just it's like their whole banter was all scripted and hilarious. And by the way, they showed the trailer, and we've got it. We've got the trailer.
Okay,
we're gonna get hit, but we have to enjoy this together. It just dropped. Now we saw a more extended version, but it has a title. It's called Spaceballs, the new one. And there's a really quick shot of a character that looks like it's a parody of BB-8, but it's a cube that rolls. It's so good. And you know they're going to rip on Star Wars. And the one thing that Spaceballs has above the Star Wars sequels is they reunite the cast.
Yeah.
They reunite the cast for a new adventure, and then they introduce new characters. Let's watch
but there is a scene between with Princess Vespa in it. Daphne Zuniga was on stage.
Oh my God. Okay, let's just watch this.
Okay, watch it.
Nearly 40 years ago, a promise was made.
God willing, we'll all meet again in Spaceballs 2 to search for more money. Money, you know?
Hold it. Wait a minute. It's me, Mel Brooks. I have a major announcement. Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money, is not going to be the title of this movie. Why not? Because after all these years, I found the money. There it is, the money. It was in my basement. But everywhere I go, people say, Mel, where's the new Spaceballs? When are you going to make the new Spaceballs? When are you going to make the new one? Well, we did it. And the title is Spaceballs, the new one. It's just like the old one, but it's newer. That's why it's called the new one. There you have it. I'll see you at the movies, and may the Schwartz be with you.
Is that the trailer?
That's the teaser.
Yeah, we saw.
That's teaser. We saw a lot of the movie. We got to see full scenes. It looks so good. It makes fun of Force Awakens, sequels, reboots. Like it's effects filled. It's callbacks to other jokes in the film, like the original Spaceballs. This was probably one of the best things we saw at the MGM presentation. It was awesome.
Yeah, it reminded me of when we saw the stuff for Naked Gun last year. It's like, oh, this is gonna be good. And
they went all out. But we'll see. We'll see. I think it's so ripe for parody that it's perfect. The timing could not be better on it.
No.
Okay, what else did we see, Alan?
Oh, I think we're going to talk about your favorite of the list. I Play Rocky.
It's
the story of the. Okay, go ahead.
It's the story of the making of Rocky. It's Sylvester Stallone. He's an actor who's worked for 10 years, gotten really no traction on his career. He writes this script that becomes the hot script in Hollywood, but no one wants him to play Rocky. So they roll the dice, and obviously, we know the story. Sly Stallone played Rocky. The cast, they brought out the actor who plays Sylvester Stallone. It's like, okay, he sounds cool. They showed the trailer for this. Unbelievable. He is a spot-on, like, Sylvester Stallone. I'm going to look on YouTube.
Yeah, totally.
What did you think, Alan? I'm going to try to drop that.
Yeah. I mean, it's the ultimate underdog story. They did play the trailer, and I have to say, I feel like they gave away the ending in the trailer. I mean, there should be some tension in there. Will the movie be made? Will he win an Oscar? But I think the trailer blew it. It gave away some of those key moments.
Well, the trailer is not on YouTube, but if you look it up, there are a bunch of fake trailers that people made. They know the movie's coming. That looks to be one of I love anything about the film industry. This is the story of the making of Rocky is like an underdog who makes it. It's about, like, it's almost similar, very parallel with the story of Rocky. And the funny thing was, Sylvester Stallone had no boxing experience, zero. He wrote the story, he wrote the script for Rocky. They offered him crazy money for that period of time, insane. But he, wanted to play Rocky, wanted to play the lead character.
Yeah, I mean, they offered him to not play Rocky. They offered him $250,000. Can you imagine?
No, it was like 300,000.
300,000. Wow. Yeah.
Back then, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
That's like $700,000.
No, it's a lot for that time. But anyways, that movie just kind of blew my mind. I mean, I love the movie Rocky and Stallone's story, and think of all the other franchises and films that Stallone has done. I cannot wait for that one. Did I miss anything, Alan?
No, that was it. Yes, Highlander.
Let's talk about Highlander.
Hold on, Highlander. Henry Cavill is starring on
Let's talk about
Finally, they've given Henry Cavill an iconic role to play.
Yeah. It's we didn't get like a full trailer. They're still shooting it, but they showed footage from Highlander. It's the director of John Wick. It looks Yeah, it looks amazing. Dave Bautista is in it. Really great cast too. And I mean, Cavill can do the accent. He's got it.
Mhm.
He's
looks
got
good.
it. So,
It looks good.
but it was a very early look. They showed behind the scenes and a couple quick cuts. It's also like the original Highlander, spans periods of time. But what we saw looks really good. So, yeah, Highlander.
Highlander.
There's nothing. I don't believe there's anything public. I'll check.
I doubt it. I doubt
What
it,
else?
because it was very behind the scenes. It was very much they wanted to give you a taste and the feel of what the movie's going to be like. It's Chad Stahelski, so it's going to feel like a John Wick movie, but in a different setting with more characters who are going to be at the end to duke it out.
And that's pretty much it, I think, for Amazon MGM. Tomorrow we're going to see
Paramount
Paramount in the morning, then
and Disney.
And then what we will do is we're coming back to the hotel room to do a stream with Alan and I on camera. And we're going to tell you our impressions, because I am told we will see 2.5 minutes of Avengers Doomsday. So around probably, let's see what time, Alan. We're gonna probably like 5 or
it ends at 4:30. We'll probably be back around 5:30.
Yeah, 5 or so. We will go live at 5 p.m. Pacific time. We will talk Avengers Doomsday. We will see if they actually do drop the trailer itself.
Yep.
And we'll discuss it, what we saw on day 4. One last thing. As Deep as the Grave is causing some controversy. Let me show you. This is the movie that stars Val Kilmer rendered in AI. Okay, let me show you. This broke here, and they premiered the trailer. We didn't see it, but I have it. Val Kilmer has been resurrected by AI to star in the new movie As Deep as the Grave. Here's the first look at the film's trailer. Kilmer's digital return has the support of his daughter, Mercedes, who previously told Variety he always looked at emerging technologies with optimism as a tool to expand the possibilities of storytelling. This spirit is something that we are all honoring within this specific film, of which he was an integral part. So we have the trailer. Let's take a look at the trailer. I have not seen it.
Yeah, I've not seen it.
Yeah, so this is going to be our reaction. Let's take a look. Let me get your audio here, and let's go.
That was him.
Isho. Lee.
Don't fear the dead, and don't fear me.
What an odd thing
Wow.
for his character to say. We got to watch that again.
Don't fear the dead, and don't fear me.
Don't fear the dead, and don't fear me.
Does he mean AI? I'm not sure how I feel about this, Alan. Very, very unusual.
Yeah, we should have gone to the press conference. Because the director and the producer were there as well for questions.
Well, I'm not sure how I feel about this. I have to see more. That's more of a tease.
Yeah.
But let's get to your comments and questions. We've got some soups, and then we're going to wrap it up.
Yeah. Jean Hu gifted 5 Film Threat memberships. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean Hu.
The 1A train for 5. So did the government ask Spielberg to make Disclosure Day in preparation for the real Disclosure Day, so it's easier on the public? Yes, I'm sure.
I'm sure he had interactions with governmental agencies in consultation with this film. It sure feels that way.
Okay.
The timing is suspicious because people have been talking about a real Disclosure Day.
Yes. Balls for Teeth for 10. Looking forward to your thoughts on Disney tomorrow. Thank you, Balls for Teeth.
We are going to give you our thoughts immediately after the panel, and thank you for that. Very generous. Thank you to everybody for tuning in.
I think we're doing a live stream.
Hang on a sec. We got 4 soups
Oh,
from
here we go.
200 Watt here on Rumble.
Okay.
I don't know how to do that. We don't have a producer. We will get it. We'll make good with that either tomorrow or Friday. Thank you, ADLs. Appreciate you. And then $2 more for Alan's windshield repair fund.
Okay. We're $984 away. $884 away from.
We're getting close. So, and hey guys, wait.
One more. Down is Up 76 for 10. Is there any truth that Paramount's going to make a remake of the 1978 film The Warriors?
They've been talking about a remake forever. So I hope they don't do it. That movie's a classic. And ADLs, save those for tomorrow. Al and I are both exhausted. We have been up since very early. So
tomorrow's not any better.
We're just gonna, yeah. And then thank you, Matthew Hammond, member for 25 months. Will Disney double down or change? I don't think they're gonna change. I don't think they are.
Although some interesting moves are being made. They returned the park's opening to ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. And thanks to Underwatt Studio. We will get to your comments on, boy, people are not wanting us to leave.
Joel Watkins for 10. Those ticks for the con are cha-ching. I even tried to pull in my I Live Here Locals connection this year. Couldn't get me in. Alan, drive faster than 55. It's 65. Actually, 70 is the speed limit.
There you go. Well, thank you, Joel. Yes, if you buy passes to CinemaCon, it's around $1,400.
Wow. Yep.
So there you go. That's it for us tonight. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow with not so late stream, probably around 5 p.m.-ish. Look for us. And
Alan, we may have another one on the way home.
Yes, we might do a road stream home as we just kind of go through what happened. But and we may have a special guest tomorrow by request. Gary from Nerdrotic will join us tomorrow to talk Marvel and Avengers Doomsday. So look for that. Gary from Nerdrotic on a Thursday. So, all right, Alan, what do you got to say?
Let's get out of here.